Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about the sign Capricorn. And for those of you that have Capricorn as your ascendant, with Capricorn, this is a cardinal earth sign. So cardinal means action-oriented. It means progress, moving forward. And Capricorns are very action-oriented. In what way? In terms of earth. Earth signs are very much into the material. They're into wanting to achieve things and acquire things in a materialistic way. Nothing wrong with that. It's just who they are. This is what's important to them. So because Capricorn is seen as the goat that climbs the mountain, it is always searching for higher and better things, climbing the corporate ladder too as well. In Vedic astrology is the crocodile, and in many instances in Western, it's a sea goat, which means it can live on both land and water, which means they're able to operate in the material world as well as the spiritual world. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn rules the first house, and Saturn rules the second house. And with that, you're going to find that it is an extraordinarily powerful sign for material wealth and gains. So Saturn is their material planet. And it also means, because Saturn rules the second and the first, that they are very, very much into material things, and they are very, very good with money. They can save, they can be very much, they're savers, but they are also someone that knows how to organize their finances, and consequently, they will always have money. Now, Jupiter is the planet that rules their third house and their 12th house. So Jupiter, by the fact that these are not the most positive houses, is going to be a malefic for Capricorn ascendants. So Jupiter is difficult, and by the fact that it rules the third house, which deals with brothers and sisters, and the 12th house, they generally will have problems with siblings. There will be a loss of connection, or maybe they just don't live in the same areas, they're far apart. And Jupiter's rulership of the third house deals with travels, because the 12th house deals with foreign lands and countries. They travel far and wide throughout their lives to many countries. And looking at this, the third house deals specifically with our communication skills, and the 12th house is a loss of. So they have to really work on how they relate to people and communicate, because sometimes it's just not understood. The 12th house can be things that are hidden. And sometimes, even going back to the brothers and sisters, there's brothers and sisters or siblings may keep things secret from them, because that's a 12th house quality. So Mars rules the 4th and Mars rules the 11th. So they can have issues around the mother, because the 11th house ruling planet will always cause some issues and problems, especially when a cardinal sign is rising, is the ascendant, and Capricorn is cardinal. So there's issues and problems around family, security, and the mother. And probably this is why they're so good with their financial situation, because they are always looking for ways to find security. So this equates to how they save and how they look at their money, but it might also have something to do with there wasn't much of a sense of security growing up. So they make that their issue, they make that their stance and what they're into in this life, finding security. Venus, by the fact that it rules the 5th and the 10th, is the best planet for Capricorn ascendants. It is what we call the Yogacarika planet, because it rules an angle and a trine. Therefore, Venus is superior, and Venus can bring luxuries and wealth. And by the fact that it rules the 5th house, which can deal with investments, and this, by the fact that it rules the 10th, will also indicate that through their life, in their career, in their job, they will have something to do with investing or investments. And furthermore, because Venus rules the 5th, which is children, and the 10th, they may find that they have instances where they teach children, work with children, or something to do with children being an important asset in their life. Maybe their children help them later in life because Venus, ruler of the 5th, is far powerful. And because Venus rules the 5th house, Venus is creativity, so is the 5th house, and it deals with the arts. They can be artistic, or they can be creators of artistic pursuits such as fashion or jewelry or something to that level. But they will always be, in some capacity, motivated in their career and ultimately successful. Mercury rules the 6th and the 9th. So Mercury, by the fact that it rules the 9th house, is a positive planet for this chart. But because it rules the 6th, it can cause some complications, but overall it's a good planet. And the fact that Mercury rules the 9th means they're constantly thinking about their future in terms of their belief systems, their spirituality, and they may travel, 9th house is travel, for their work. Mercury rules the 6th house. And because Mercury, ruler of the 6th, will be about their health, the fact that it also rules the 9th means they are blessed with good health. And the 9th house meaning the father. The 6th house is a house of enemies, so they may have a difficult relationship with their father. Now the moon rules the 7th house, so those with Capricorn as their ascendant, they have fluctuating relationships. The way they feel about their partner or the way their partner feels about them constantly changes, and the moods cannot be predicted concerning the partnership. But the partner will be extremely security oriented and possibly insecure, because Cancer is all about sensitivity. So they be highly sensitized, overly sensitized, and sometimes that may breed some issues of insecurity for the partner. The sun rules the 8th house. Therefore, here is another indication that those with Capricorn as their ascendant can have their issues with their father. And they tend to attract sometimes some very difficult leaders in their life, or people that they believe in and they lead, and they are very disappointed at in many of these events. So leadership and father teachers can disappoint. So going back to what are the best planets for Capricorn ascendant, Venus is by and large the best because it is the Yogacaraka planet, rulership of the 5th and the 10th. The other planets that are good, of course, are going to be Saturn by the fact that it rules the ascendant, and Mercury because it rules the 9th house. So it is Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. The planet that's going to cause probably the most problems will be Mars by the fact that it rules the 11th and the 4th house. So that is the difficult planet, as well as the sun. Although the sun being our light, our life force, the fact that it rules the 8th, it represents that there's some difficulty in their desire or their core essence of spirit and what they're searching for in life. It can be confused. Jupiter is not a good planet at all because it rules the 12th and it rules the 3rd. So that goes back to their issues. It seems like their upbringing is difficult in a sense with the mother, the father, and the area of brothers and sisters. So with that, I think you've got a better sense of why Capricorns are the way they are. And I'd like to close, and if you would like to learn more about astrology, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And if you'd like to learn astrology, I have the answer. The University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.